Trusty Ape, Trusty Ape, welcome. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right. How are we starting the program? I'm sorry, I had a bit of difficulty getting here. This is not usually a time that I stream, and yeah, things just happened. Uh, Having a lot of feelings. Feelings are occurring here because I am a human on the internet, probably somewhere on the spectrum. We imagine. Well, I was diagnosed as a kid, but have never been diagnosed as an adult. And so we're talking about the things that have been going on lately. That's what I intended to do here. I wanted to plan for an open panel at this stage, but um, I have other shit going on, right? Like I have a whole ass life outside of whatever I'm doing here. Um, but I felt it was very important to address my uh, actions of late here in this community, which I affectionately refer to as the atheist community. um, and like the whole ass thing, like what's going on over here? What's up, Missing Mod? Good to see you. I've experienced a little bit of channel growth as I've decided to address a certain topic out here, and no doubt others have too. And I guess good for them, right? But I come to a crossroads. I have to make a serious decision about what types of things I'm going to cover and talk about on this channel here on the YouTubes, right? Did I stumble into something, like relevant and important? And yes, yeah, I did. I just happen to be because I have prior knowledge. I have some prior knowledge of these people and things going on around here, and so it occurs to me. It occurs to me that I can actually, spread some of this wisdom around the interwebs. And no doubt, there's other people around here who have been around as long or longer than I have, who have more insight into the situation. And I am, largely relying on the credibility of some of those people. We're all out here doing our own things on the YouTubes, right? That's okay. We can have YouTube channels and we can share and talk about content. That's an acceptable behavior, right? These are things that, normal social animals do on YouTube. Uh, so here we go back 10 days ago. Here's, I think about when this whole thing starts, right? And this is what I do. I review content, and there we are. Why do I title my streams the way I do? I don't know, because I'm a fucking weirdo. Uh, I'm not looking for clickbait. Where in the motherfuck? No, stop. Just stop yourself. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Profanity warning. I do profanity. Where is the thing? I see the chat replay, but YouTube, where the fuck are my comments, dude? I I know I have comments somewhere in this general vicinity. Not this one. Okay, this one has zero comments. All right, so we're going back to the other one. I am a professional. No, wait. What? I mean, I'm not a. I meant to say I'm not a professional. I'm sorry about that. Oh God. Okay, so it's on this one. 10 days ago, right? Comment on here. um, Ways to Human said, you made a comment about the all caps usage. I have gone through every text and message between Nancy and I. Have looked at hundreds of screenshots between her and other people. Nancy never used all caps other than to spell things like ACA, SR, etc., but never for emphasis. I have noticed that Patty has left several comments where she uses all caps for entire sentences. I'm not saying that means anything, just an observation I've made. Good observation, right? Um, so it's unfortunate, right? It is unfortunate that some people have chosen to bring this whole spectacle into the court of public opinion, right? That is what they chose to do. And so if you're going to do something like that and expect people not to be critical of the content you have created, right? You've turned your personal situation here into content. That's what you did. And I think it's so important to just keep reminding people of that. They decided to contact the granddaddy troll of atheist YouTube to make content out of this situation. And you got what you got, right? You're gonna get a lot of people supporting you. A lot of people are gonna back you up because it's reactionary. Their gut check reaction is like, oh yeah, no, we're fuck the alleged perpetrator of of this crime that they've never been charged or convicted of. and and then, oh yeah, am I laughing? Oh, I'm sorry. I did have a bit of a chuckle about that. I have my own, lived experience outside of YouTube and creating content and all of that shit, right? And so, to make a couple things clear, I have been on both ends of this in the legal system. I have been both accused and I have been the reporting party of domestic violence. I have been in cycles of domestic violence with my partners in the past, and never been convicted of a crime. Right? This isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about you. This is about the way that you chose to handle your business. Grown adults, grown ass people, some of them older than myself, on the internet. You did this. You made this decision, right? Yeah, and I've been having some feelings about this. I've been having some feelings about people putting this shit on my plate. Usually, I try to do like theological, debate and whatnot, right? Miss Mod says I love profanity. Well, thank you. Yeah. Okay. No. So let's go back. I want to read these comments. I got sidetracked here. What? Fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, in a bucket full of wood. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could Chuck Norris, right? Probably a fucking lot, man. So I'm out there right now, right? This has been running through my head. I'm watching a shit ton of Bundy fucking monologue content is blowing me up, right? This guy, and so this is the choice that I'm making now. Okay, outside of these people, and I mean, their actions are questionable as well. I'm looking at the atheist commentator Jay Bundy. Let's continue on down in the comments here. Bree Badger says, I'm guessing she meant that her chiropractor at the VA ordered x-rays. Um, Except most VAs don't actually have on-site chiropractors. They usually give a referral for a chiropractor in the area. As for a chiropractor ordering x-rays, that's going to depend a lot on the state and whether or not the VA allows that. I know Medicare does not allow chiropractors to order x-rays. You have to go to an actual doctor for that. I don't know, but I would expect the VA standards of what is and isn't covered by the VA to be mostly in line with Medicare and probably Medicaid too, sounds about right. Sometimes chiropractors do receive enough radiology training that they're allowed to take and interpret x rays, but I have no idea how common that is. The full body x-ray is weird. That's not typically something that gets ordered. Skeletal surveys, as they're usually called, are used to check for bone health. Typically when checking for osteogenesis imperfecta or brittle bone disease, Paget's disease bone disorder, metastatic bone disease, when cancer from elsewhere spreads to the bones, and other such bone diseases. In some rare cases, a skeletal survey can be ordered when child abuse is suspected. As an adult, Nancy could just tell her doctor what hurts and get the x-ray for that specific location to check for a fracture. Skeletal surveys are often used to detect hidden or healing fractures that are needed as evidence for abuse cases. As the incident in question involved a fall down some stairs and possibly some choking, there certainly wasn't any need to expose her body to that much radiation to check for fractures. Wow. See, I mean, when you insert logic into the fucking equation, when you start thinking about what you're being told, and I hear this from the other side, that we should just stop thinking. Somebody said that something happened, and we need to believe them. Just don't think about it, right? But do talk about it. Do talk about it without thinking about it first. And it direct from the fucking horse's mouth. Just heard it a few minutes ago, right before I started this. Jay doesn't care. Jay is like, hey, I want people to disagree with me, and then I can try to shit all over them. That's totally the whole point of this. Public spectacle, court of opinion. What did we say? What was going on there? Oh, okay. You just wanted to get people involved. Well, when people get involved and they start using their fucking brains and they find out that your whole story is fucking horseshit and that this is all you ever do, and we're going to move on to that after we read these fucking comments. Okay, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. Grown adults, adult human beings in the universe making content on YouTube, right? That's the name of the game you're playing here. You're making YouTube content. Lest we forget. And we continue. This again is Bree Badger. Unless there's a different reason she got that skeletal survey, given the language in the letter about how controlling her husband is, I'm wondering if maybe Nancy was gathering evidence for a divorce while her husband was out of the country. Pure speculation on my part, I know. Not that Nancy has to disclose anything about her medical history, diagnoses, or treatments. It's entirely up to her what she does and doesn't share. It just stuck out to me as weird. Yes, it's fucking weird. These people are doing some weird shit out here. Like, let's be honest. Just call it what it is, man. Um, and Bundy, see, Bundy is a hell of a person to pick because if you have any prior knowledge, if you know about what Jay Bundy's been out here doing for his whole ass YouTube career, it's stirring up drama and controversy. It's doing the whole smear campaign. I'm gonna fucking slander you bullshit that he's doing, right? This is what the dude is known for. So, I mean, I have to speculate on what their intentions were by sharing the information with the person they did at the time they did, and this whole fucking circus, this whole public circus that has been created here. Really, truly astounding. I'm giving you the little golf clap or something. I don't know. Wow. All right, adult humans, or adult children of the universe. I think that's, yeah. I don't know how that I stole that from somebody. And I can't remember where right now, but it's something. Oh, no, I this came from like St. Tommy's stream a few weeks ago or something. See, I do roll in the crevices of YouTube over here. You fucking prick. You see, no, I feel like I just feel like because this person is trying to call me out on streams, and I hear you, and you're talking about me, you're talking about what's going on over here, you're taking screenshots of my side chat, but you don't want to say my name, and you want to tell me to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. You and your friends come roll around in my comment section. Well, not you yourself, but your friends, right? Some of these people I have associated with. Some of these people have wrenches over here. Some of these people have been guests on my channel in the past. Building community, Hmm, what were we doing over there? But who gives a shit about the ACA, right? The ACA is some amorphous organization that I can't touch, I can't feel it, and therefore it doesn't help me, right? And what does help me, and what gives me traction on the internet, is bad mouthing the organization, having no firsthand accounts of your experience with the organization myself. But because I heard a story from somebody over here, and I make a habit of trying to attack people who I perceive as bad actors on the internet and try to deplatform them, cancel them, to persuade people to come and hang out with me because I must be a sad, lonely motherfucker, right? I have no friends in real life who I can call, and this is all I've got left, man. This is it. It's me playing around on the internet in my spare time. Jeez, we're getting there. We're getting there. What's up, chatty blogger? Good to see you, Mikey. It's going, and I see Free Thinkers Fireside. Welcome, and Calliope Hoop. I'm trying to say it right. I'm sorry. No, this is Glenda. Just tuning in. Started beginning at 1.5 speed to catch up. We can do that. Geo Sam, good to see you. Uh, Geo Sam's known, been known around these parts for a while. Says rumor has it that the flower arranging community is fucking brutal. And Big John Lovell, good to see you. Can I say fucking? Oh yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, it showed up here. I'll put it on screen. There you go. Now you get to say it. Um, yeah, we have a low censorship policy here. Um, I'm so sorry. I think I mispronounced your channel name, Glenn. um, I'm really trying to just okay, stay focused. So this was my thing. I have this thing going on in my brain, and I'm like, do I go after the guy? Is this what I'm doing now? Is this my calling? How much of our fucking air, our consciousness, are we going to spend on the atheist troll of all trolls over here? And sometimes he slows down, he turns the music off, and he takes a deep breath, and he starts to make a little bit of sense. I think we can all appreciate that this character is capable of formulating like coherent thoughts when he wants to. But then just something gets under his craw there, and he runs. He takes off running with whatever this thing is, this other thing. Am I going to be reactionary to this? How am I going to cancel some other content creator today? All right. Anyway, we get back to the comment. Bree Badger said, although OFC on the last page I looked at, I see there's a new type of imaging called EOS, which uses a much lower dose of radiation and is able to simultaneously capture front and back images. It looks like it's mostly used for assessing things like scoliosis, kyphosis, measuring limb lengths and discrepancies, and planning joint replacement surgeries, but that wouldn't be relevant to what Nancy is hinting at in the letter. Hmm. Ascalon85 said, thanks for this. It's refreshing to see someone looking at it rationally. And you're welcome. I think that's what I'm trying to do. That was my primary objective when I set out on this. I went, this wasn't something I pursued or something I wanted. Actually, I've been trying to avoid fucking drama for the most part, and but this just happened to come by my desk, and then things unfolded as they did. I did not choose this. It's very important to keep reminding myself of that because well, what am I doing now? Well, it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. I do actually take this shit fucking seriously. And the other people can have their opinions to the contrary, and they can tell me what I should think, but that's not fucking relevant, right? I don't need other people thinking for me. I can do it myself. Uh huh. That's how that works. You see, adult children of the universe. Okay, and then Bree says, from what I understand, Stacy didn't know that Nancy had hit her head. She only knew that Nancy had fallen down the stairs and that Nancy said it was SR's fault. She didn't learn that Nancy had hit her head until the next day after she contacted Mr. Cantor to report what happened. The sexual assault claims from Nancy seem to have emerged about a month later. So, of course, in the immediate aftermath of the incident, no one was even looking into whether or not there had been any sexual assault. And this is my thinking. She didn't describe that in the letter. Even in the letter itself, doesn't, well, we didn't finish it, to be fair. I did not finish it, and from what I understand, there's some nice music, and Patty offers her own commentary at the end as well. And I've been trying to decide whether or not that's something I want to do, or do I just read the rest of the letter where I left off and call it a day? Um, right? And I'm intentionally not doing that, right? You have to understand now. This is my position, public spectacle on the internet you created, and to judge the behavior accordingly. Uh-huh, right? So there was a little thing that you didn't anticipate for there, and I think it's really cute. It's cute. Um, okay, so but and this is going to go back to there's another comment down here we're going to read, and I'll address it then. I think that's where we go with that. All right, and continuing, that doesn't mean there wasn't any sexual assault. Of course, people withhold parts of the story all the time when making initial reports. That's why it's emphasized to me. I've worked in retail management for several years. Many times that it is important to get as much information as possible about incidents so that all the relevant evidence can be collected immediately for proper investigation. It becomes much harder to actually prove what happened if that crucial evidential collection period is allowed to pass by. Precisely. Yeah, makes perfect sense to me. Nancy never said publicly anything about whatever incidents she's previously experienced beyond what is disclosed in this letter. And it is entirely her choice as to whether or not she discloses that information or not, and who she shares it with. But given she is ex-military, it is probably fairly likely that she experienced some form of sexual harassment and or sexual assault in the military. It's unfortunately extremely common. I'm not saying that is what happened, just pointing out what we know about sexual assault and harassment in the US military. Reporting that sort of thing to one's commanding officer and not being believed or being blamed is unfortunately also common, as is the commanding officer being the perpetrator in the first place. And that does have an effect on a person's trust in authorities and proper procedures. It's part of why Believe Victims became a statement in the first place. Good point. And it says believe victims doesn't mean just accepting whatever they say without question or any kind of due diligence. It means taking the accusation seriously and properly investigating it. Because when people don't believe victims, rape kits get left to collect dust untested, and reports end up buried in a stack of paperwork that never gets looked at before it ends up tossed in the trash. Thank you. Yes, exactly, Bree. Um, Yeah, I mean, and there's a reason, and Bundy keeps saying it himself. He's like, well, if they accused a black man, well, yeah, that's part of the reason why due diligence is important, because we know how many men have been falsely accused and imprisoned, and many of them were minority guys, right? Like that was a thing, right? So remember that it's just because it's a white dude doesn't mean that he's guilty, right? Then this is the whole fucking racism thing and all of this being spun up in your mind, in your mind. Let me repeat it for you again, Jay, because you need repetition. It's in your fucking mind, dude. You made the conspiracy theory up in your brain, sir. This and that's why it's funny. It's funny, not funny. Sorry, not sorry, right? Like my dude. We're gonna go on to you. Ways to Human said you made a really good point that there are really detailed descriptions, such as the part where it says there was a gasp and his eyes looked black, but when it came to describing what could be the most compelling sexual assault part of the story, the cock making an appearance, there's no description. The reader is left with an "I'll spare you." I'm not sure if you saw the comments below mine on Uncle Bobby's video, but how it made an appearance is described there by Caitlin, Chloe, and I. I know, and so I didn't actually go through that comment thread. But yeah, there's it's sufficiently vague as to be like, okay, what does that mean? Did he flash you? Did he whip it out and he couldn't get it up? What does that? I mean, and sure, all right. We're there now, so we'll go there. Cher said, "You're 1000% correct." She said his cock made a brief appearance. The story never used the word penetration or described the act of penetration. And I will take you a step further that many victims will use another type of language about how it made them feel, right? Like he violated me. There's a type of language that is, most of the time used in these situations, right? And we don't hear any of that. In fact, the sexual aspect of it is totally downplayed from the beginning, to where she's saying she went and put her arms around him and kissed him and all of this. And other people are like, no, she was full on trying to make out with him and the dude wasn't into it, right? Which is what everybody else there saw. Um, but okay. And then you got that, and then you have the whole, so she really focuses on the aggression, right? Maybe he was aggressive. I mean, he seems to acknowledge that something happened and takes responsibility for his part in whatever that was. And because she did not want this to be made public, did not want to go through a spectacle of it, apparently at the time, right? Nobody made a thing of it. And then, and then somebody contacted Jay Bundy. Okay. And now we're here. And what I don't see from these people, what I don't see is that they made any attempts to contact the people that they were initially mad at in the first place, right? I guess she couldn't file charges against SR uh, because she handled that badly, right? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you, right? Like, I can say that. Like, I don't know this person, but that sucks. It sucks that, you maybe didn't know or whatever. I would imagine that these people, right, the people closest to the situation, probably told you that you should have contacted the authorities in the first place. And then we have evidence that says that you didn't want to make this a legal thing. You didn't want to blow it up with drama. You didn't want people removed from their positions, and whatever they were doing. They keep talking about positions of power and authority, and it's not clear to me what position of authority this guy really had. Right? It's not even properly a content creator on YouTube, which is why now Jay's got to target somebody like the punk apostate, Brentley over there, because he's running the Creator Accountability Network. And when apparently they came to him and said, "Can you help us?" they were like, "No, that's not what we do here." Because first and foremost, the guy's not a fucking content creator by definition. It's not what he does, right? And there's a whole other host of reasons why. But yeah, just smear their names too. Run a smear campaign. Jay Bundy. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at comments right now because I'm looking at the other comments. Who's over here? Oh, Ascalon, good to see you. Um, Maya, good to see you out there. It was a weird time to spare details given the reason for the letter. Yeah, yeah, you would think that people would need the fucking details, right? You want people to be informed, then give them useful information. You don't give ambiguous statements, right? That's not how mature and rational people are handling this thing. And Chatty Blogger says, remember three things about shit: we can talk it, we can throw it, and we can dump it. That's wise words right there. Much love, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. All right, yeah. And I can't stress enough, right? The people that started this, right, that wanted this to be a whole ass public spectacle on the internet, are the people claiming to be victimized. That's what's going on here. There are other ways to go about this for sure. And I think there are other people within the very community that they're targeting, that probably would have helped them handle this more responsibly if they had just come to them, but they didn't. They cut everybody off. So I think there's a tactic going on. I mean, and Ways to Human continues just a correction. Elliot Cantor is not a security guard. He is the conference safety coordinator, and he is exactly the person she was supposed to report something like this to, and it is stated at the opening of each conference he handles. He has 50 years of experience in the area of sexual harassment, writes codes of conduct, and policies for major companies, conferences, and organizations. He does investigations of sexual harassment cases, etc. He is highly experienced, but I do agree with the rest of your commentary. And slowly making my way through the video, more random comments. Right, good. That's what we're doing here, right? So yeah, she can go to the security guy there. That's fine as well. Um, I'm I, just the whole thing with, well, you go to security, you go to police, you get the evidence, you get the witnesses, which she did all of that, except she didn't want to go to the police initially, right? She decides to go to the police later, and that's a huge mistake on her part. And so, fine, right? That that happened, but the later decision to go and entangle yourself with, I can't. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm really having a hard time like holding it together. I'm trying to hold it together. I need to grab a Nerf gun or something to feel safe over here. I don't know. So, and when I started on this, I did not expect to make any friends. To be quite frank, I thought, I was pretty well aware that some people that were already here were going to disagree with me and feel alienated, and probably I thought I'd be losing some friends on this one. Um, and that appears to still be the case, but it's interesting to see how the field levels out, um, when we're doing things like this. Wow. Just I'm gobsmacked. Is that a word? I think it's a word. Maya said, this one got me. I love this. Glad to see that you're back in the community and doing well. This is a refreshing take. Most people seem to be differing their opinion and the, uh, to that of the person who initially told them about it. Oh, deferring their opinion to that of the person who initially told them about it. Nice to see someone willing to use their critical thinking skills. Sometimes the journey is the goal. Thank you, Maya. Um, I was big at first. I was like, did I leave the community? I think I kind of did, in a way. Like so, and this is where what rubber meets road and all that good shit, right? Because I know things. I've been here a little bit. I have over the past few years, I have kind of rolled away from, ACA content and stuff like that, but that's largely how I got into this game, right? Um, like the timeline for my channel, I used to have another channel back before this one, then I got porn bombed out of existence. I didn't listen to Titan because Titan told me how to fix it, and I was just, being stupid. And so I didn't fix it, and then so that shit happened, right? And this is all like pre-pandemic, uh, just following the pandemic and all of that. So I've been over here for a minute, like observing people, and I used to be kind of participating in some chats, and I don't do that as much anymore. Like for my own sake, like we're all trying to balance like home work life and screen time and all of that stuff, right? So it's one of those issues. Um, I used to be a bit of a keyboard warrior, and give you a little more backstory here. I once did something like similar to what Jay Bundy is trying to do here. Back in the music scene in Sacramento, before it all fell apart, right? I was a part of that scene. I kind of worked hard, forged ahead, and kind of made my way in that scene. And it wasn't like a crew of people that I was a part of. I really had to insert myself there, and I'd say, hey, I'm just here to play music. Where are the venues? Who's doing the shows? That type of thing. I started a little music festival one year, and it went pretty good, but we had some issues. And so I'm talking to that promoter, that music promoter, and I was like, well, I would like to do this again. We can work out the bugs, do it again next year. And the promoter says, no, I'm not really into it, right? And then maybe I think it was about 2 years later. It might have been 2 or 3 years later. Whatever. We're going back to ancient history right now, right? This music promoter decides to go on about hosting the festival that me and my friends came up with, inviting pretty much all the other performers that were involved, but excluding me, right? And so what did I do? I turned around and I cried injustice. I said, "What a piece of shit!" And I spread it all over the internet on Facebook and wherever I could. And so people told me, "Hey, we get you. We hear you." Actually, I got one of the bands to back out of playing the gig, right? And the other people who were in the scene around me said, "We know this person, and we know what you're talking about. And yes, you have been wronged, but this is going to go worse for you than it is for them." And that was indeed exactly what happened. It just made me look like a fucking asshole, uh, trying to cancel somebody's fucking show because they didn't include me in the thing because it was my idea, right? The wrong was done, but because I behaved in the wrong way and went out on the internet, doing the thing, people are like, "Nope, you're the asshole in this situation." And I had to learn that lesson the hard way too. So I've kind of been there. Now this is a whole different other thing. Actually, a much more serious matter, right? That you would think would be handled by mature and rational adults in a responsible manner. But no, no, that is not what we get here, right? You are on YouTube, sir. On YouTube, fighting the patriarchy. I'm sorry. Did somebody get lost? Can we find this person's mother? Uh, so ridiculous. Welcome, Spooky. Welcome, B.S. Lewis. Welcome to. I saw Viking Silverwolf there. Much love, everybody. Shaking a fist. Is this approval? I don't know what this. Oh no, that was not the one. You're on the wrong side. And then I go over here and I've got fucking Filbert giving me a brief history of YouTube, like when Matt Dillahunty left the ACA, and I was like, oh my goodness, I fucking can't with you people. Are you serious? No, my God, you can't. Oh my God, is it, this is what we've become. And I just, I really don't have words. But I guess I have some words because I'm saying them now. It's just too ridiculous to really continue to. Oh my God! Oh, all right. I'm praying. I'm praying right now for sanity. Sanity, come back. All right. And then we had Ways to Human said, "Thank you for approaching this from such a neutral standpoint. It's good to see. Is it just your bad?" Quote unquote. That was what I said about Jay, right? Couldn't have said it any better. Jay Bundy has been escalating and escalating the accusations, adding things that were never part of the story, but it's also Patty. She started the very first stream in December by using that word, and since then, SR has been accused of being a rapist. You may all not be seeing it, but the amount of comments in live chats, in his videos, on other channels, on his own channel, his organization, etc., there are countless comments calling him a rapist and the rest of us rape apologists. This is Patty and Jay is doing, and it's really, really harmful. Yes. And, oh, yeah, attempted murder. Glenda said attempted murder. They made that claim. Yeah. And so going back, and it doesn't take a fucking double PhD researcher to go look Like I told Filbert the other night, go look at the motherfucker, look at his channel. What does he do? And I had to go back and like I reviewed my own streams. I made a little playlist on it from when he attacked Answers in Atheism a couple of years ago. And when I went back that far, breaks or silence about the NanoCon cover up. Fucking break. Um, jeez. If we can get past what's going on now, this guy, I mean, this is all he does. If he's making content, what's up, Ninja? It's my cat. Um, Rebecca Davis, come on. I went through this and I was like, no, like, here he is hanging out with Mark Reed. Okay. Yeah, here we go. 2 weeks ago, or 2 years ago, sorry. Um, he's going after Rebecca Davis. He's going after Jimmy Tux. He's going after, who else did I see here? You know, this is around the time he's going after Nitty. He's going after, oh, here he is just hanging out with Ember. So a lot of these people who have been friends, you know, and I see the tables have turned. People are seeing Jay's behavior, and they keep he's hanging out with Stephanie Helms, right? So at some point, a lot of these people who he ends up targeting are actually going to be his like longtime friends. Look, and Maya and Jay's Juneteenth Blacktacular, um, attacking Maya now. And I think around this time, maybe I shouldn't be looking through lives. Maybe I should be looking through video content because I'm not recognizing as much of this. But we can see where he attacked Nitty. He attacked Maya. He attacked. That's what he does. He gets all wound up about some shit, and then he goes, "We're gonna cancel you. We're gonna. This is what we do." And in all of my coverage, like of people, I have rarely, if ever, like tried to call for people to get canceled or unsubscribed from. If anything, when I'm looking at content, like most of the time, I tell you to go ahead, like subscribe to it, go comment on it. But this is not what Bundy does. He tries to get people canceled. It results in people uh, attacking and shaming those people, posting harmful comments, right? Like genuinely harmful shit that they want to do. The moral judgment, the moral police of YouTube, self-appointed, is this dude over here. And look, his channel's not huge. He's bigger than me. Uh, I see. I didn't find the thing I was looking for right there. And now let's see what his playlist looked like. Small streamer tips, and this community is rotten to the core, which is what we're dealing with now. Pinochle. So yeah, not a lot on that. Like I said, if we go back through his videos, the attack on Rebecca Davis is pretty well known, and a lot of people in the atheist community downplayed that, right? But we still hear some people talking about it. But yeah, for the past little while here, this has been his whole project. Um, look, here he is streaming against Joe, Kentucky Atheist, in bitch mode. Okay, see, and it's okay for him. He thinks it's okay for him to run around angry black man, gonna be an angry black man, and go and use slurs. That's okay. Let's let's just let Jay run around using slurs. He can do it. It's okay because he's black and he's angry. Because that's how that works. And you talk about gaslighting me, motherfucker. This motherfucker. No, no, we're not doing it. So that was my community service announcement for today. What's up, Prophet of Fire? Good to see you. Yes, he's a hate monger. Yep, he's just hating on the atheist community at large, and anybody who's like tried this for any length of time and knows how fucking difficult it is, how nerve wracking it can be. Um, to try and do entertainment and overlap that with community and stuff like that. Dude, it's not a game. You gotta stop fucking treating everything like it's a game because, people actually out here have fucking feelings, my dude. And like, I don't want to downplay what anybody else was saying, as far as, whether, again, this is not a serious inquiry into whether or not the thing took place. Something definitely happened. We all know something happened. What the details of that were and why it's got to be like we can, it's reasonable for us to want some kind of explanation and not have a fucking squirt gun pointed at us and be ridiculed like we're stupid for looking at facts and examining them critically because that's what we do, right? We Somebody told me a story and I said, "Does that sound reasonable to you?" And a lot of people said, "Actually, no, no, this doesn't add up. This doesn't match or comport with the reality that I experienced." And again, you brought this here. You brought this here. And I cannot stress that enough. I didn't ask to fucking be involved in this. And, but, here I am. We take life as it comes. And, we just do it. Like Nike, as Jay wanted to point out earlier. So, I mean, there's a question for me. Do I cover Jay Bundy's stream? Do I give him the attention he so desperately needs? Um, and what, if anything, do I have to do with the apostate sisters? Relatively unknown to me, and it's not really here for me to judge them. I think other people will do that in the court of public opinion. I see potential real legal issues for Jay, and I think he is of the impression that nothing he ever does, it does, nothing he ever does, excuse me, I don't know why I'm on the internet, nothing he ever does on the internet is going to affect him in real life, and that may not actually be the case. There are real world consequences for some of the things you're doing, I believe, and if people have the mind to do it, they have lawyers. There's potential liability for you here, sir. I do believe, and I'm not like a legal expert, so maybe legal experts could weigh in on that because we're here in the court of public opinion where you wanted to have this conversation. And I'm happy to have spent a few minutes here with you all doing this. I'm going to go through the chat and just say hi to everybody or bye to everybody before leaving. We saw Maya Agason, Bree Badger, Spooky Bed Hair. I know Mikey was here, Mikey Sues 4, Ascalon 85, Free Thinkers Fireside. Glenda, I'm not going to mispronounce your name again. Somebody's going to have to tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce. Calliope, who? I'm sorry. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Big John Level, Geo Sam, saw Missing Mod back at the beginning of the chat, and anybody if I've missed you. Yeah, I'm going to be signing off shortly. Spooky Bed Hair. Did I say Spooky Bed Hair? Viking Silverwolf. Always great to see you. Okay. And B.S. Lewis, of course. The great B.S. Lewis. Much love for B.S. Lewis over here. God, and yeah, I'm just gonna end the show. That was it for now. I had to just get some shit off my chest. I'm gonna open up the room next time, I swear. But don't hold me to that. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful Tuesday, y'all. We'll see you later.